Welcome to the Hot Rod Hangout Podcast.
Whoop whoop.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Ashley.
And tonight, it's just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
So, July was a busy month. We did a lot of stuff this month.
It was a big month.
So, first big step was we are now officially in Georgia.
Yes.
Got the bus up here. Pretty smooth travel up.
Yeah.
No issues, no nothing.
And we only had to stop twice, and that was just to use the restroom.
Yep.
And we could use our own restroom rather than the stops restrooms.
But I drove the bus up with the dogs, and Ashley followed in her car, so we had a car up here.
Yep.
And so we got up here and figured out where we were going to park, and we're at Psycho's house where the Cadillac's at, and he didn't have a 30 amp plug at the time. So I was like, that's fine, we got a generator.
Yep.
We run the generator while we're driving anyway. Generator was already on, so everything's good. We got to where we were at. We stuck all our awnings out, got the water hooked up, and we'll just deal with that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we ran it all day. Woke up next morning. I said, well, I'm going to go back and start. We bought manifolds for the Cadillac, so I was going to go throw those on, hoping that the previous manifolds, they were V-band. I was hoping that I was going to be able to use the V-bands off of the V-band collectors off of the old manifold, so I could keep an O2 sensor.
Yeah.
And
because Holly still hasn't been dialed in yet.
Yes, Holly is still all over the place because I can't put exhaust on it.
Yeah.
Because the old manifolds were longer, these are shorter. So I get the passenger side on, and I'm like, well, let me go ahead and stick the collector on it. And I was like, well, that don't really seem like it's fitting too well. So I took the collector off of the passenger manifold, and I stuck it to the driver's manifold that I hadn't put on yet, and realized that the new manifolds are 3-inch V-bands, and the old manifolds are 3 1/4.
A damn 1/4 inch.
So it wouldn't tighten down enough not to just spin.
Right.
Well, I was like, okay, well, I don't have time to do exhaust on it because we knew that we were taking it to a couple shows this month. I knew I didn't have time to put exhaust or to actually get it to an exhaust shop to run the exhaust where I could get the V-band where it needed to be and all of that. So I knew these first two shows it was just going to be headers. So I was like, I'll just leave the driver's side alone. We'll put the passenger side on. Well, passenger side was already on. We're good to go. So as I was back there throwing that passenger side manifold on, I get a text message from Psycho that said, hey man, I think your generator is burning a little bit of oil. And I had noticed when I went back there that there was a black spot next to the exhaust, and it was just burning the grass, and I thought that's what he's seen.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in any real big rush to come up here.
Yeah.
And then about halfway to the front, I get a Facebook message from him. Yo, your generator's burning oil. And not I think.
No.
It is burning. And I said, okay. So as I come through his gate, Ashley's got the door of the bus out, and she's got fans blowing out, and generator, the whole front of the bus is in smoke, generators smoking.
And I hadn't even noticed originally because I was sitting there. I had a call at work, so I'm sitting there at my little office station, and I am so zoned into my computer screen. I didn't even notice until you were already practically up here, I guess. And I get off the call and I'm like, something smells a little funky. And I look around and the whole front of the bus is just engulfed in smoke. I'm like, oh, that must be it. And so I immediately jump up, run out, and start opening up the doors, windows, what I could.
So we shoot the generator out, we get it shut off, and like, okay, why? Or before I went back there, I had checked the oil, and oil and water was good.
Yeah.
But it had been running all day. So I was like, what the hell? So, get it. Obviously, it's hot. Can't check water now. The water test earlier in the day was just thumping the metal tub and making sure there was something in it. So not a true water test. But, so I was like, okay, we'll fix that. So we immediately was like, okay, well, I have to get AC for the dogs, and Ashley still has to work. So we need power. Generator's not running. Go back there and let's put a plug in. We get the plug in. Everything's back in line. Generator's cooled off. We could check it. Not a lick of water in there. And so I'm like, well, that's funky. So we pour water in it, run it. It immediately just shoots temperature. And the water in the tank wasn't getting hot. So I was like, okay, that's the thermostat. So I took the old thermostat out, checked it. It's broke. Order a new thermostat. Put thermostat in. Fire it up. Still not seeming to want to stay cool.
Yeah.
But it is circulating water.
Right.
Until it starts pushing fluid out, or pushing water out of the overflow.
And this is over a matter of a couple days, because it took, 2 days for us to get the thermostat, because where we are, there's no overnight Amazon.
In between that was a show. And we'll get back to that.
Oh.
But, so we get it in there. Okay, there's got to be an air bubble, because the radiator's mounted flat below the generator. And the overflow tank has like a weird Y in it, which I don't really understand why. So I'm disconnected that. I put it up as high as I could, and I'm filling it. I'm pretty sure I got all the air out, and still racking my brain on what's going on. It'll goes up to about 160, opens the thermostat, maintains 180 for like 15 minutes, and then it's 181, 182, 183, and it just creeps up until it starts pushing water out again.
Yeah.
It's just boiling the water. So, as we're staring at it and trying to, would you look at that yet? The fan is not activating.
Right.
And also in all of this, we lost water temp for the generator on the dash. So I go and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take the wire off of the sensor, ground it, see if I can make the gauge swing. And as I go to loosen I didn't even get a wrench on it. I literally just grabbed a hold of it, and the sensor probe, the post in the end of the sensor, come off with the nut.
Yeah.
So it broke. Sensor broke. So that would be why there's no temperature. So I had to order one of them.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at. I haven't put the sensor in. I haven't filled it with water yet. But I'm hoping that that's why the fan wasn't kicking on. So once I get that replaced, I'm hoping that it gets to temperature, the fan kicks on. Yay, we have a generator again.
And it's happy.
Yeah. So, we were originally we weren't going to take the Cadillac, we were going to take the bus to the Burton Brooks show.
Yes.
Dalton Sumner, you've heard him now on a couple episodes. He come and hang out with me on the bus for an episode last month. He puts it on. It benefits the Shriners. It's at a peach orchard, really good ice cream. And you can buy peaches while you're there.
Yep.
So we went to that, kind of more just hanging out. It wasn't, anything like that. But because the bus was having problems, we didn't have a generator.
Yeah.
The bus didn't go.
We did remember our battery-powered DeWalt fan, because
Yes.
for a while we were walking around holding it to our feet.
Yes. Nothing has changed since I left. The gnats are still bad.
Yes.
So it's good turnout, good show. They raised a good amount of money, so that was awesome. The next show, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, Kritishaw Syndrome. It's for the Cry Foundation. It's a local couple up here. Their son is diagnosed with Kritishaw. If you want more information on the syndrome itself, tune into next week's episode. Eugene is going to come on. Be a little bit of car stuff, a little bit of what their foundation does, and the syndrome, because it's really messed up. And their son has it. So they put on a car show. It was their first car show. They are admittedly not car show people. They enjoy cars, so it was, there was their idea to do a show.
Yeah.
Again, awesome turnout. The Cadillac went on a trailer.
Yes.
Went to the show, unloaded, everything's good. Another guy with a Cadillac up here, he's got a Cadillac hearse. He wants to do his car on bags, so he was asking me questions. And I basically told him, like, hey, I had level ride. I switched it to just regular switches. It's got a manifold, and then, I ran a 6-switch setup. And he's like, oh, can I see it? And I went to air the car up so I could get in the trunk, and it wouldn't air up.
Yeah.
So I fired the car up thinking, oh, it leaked down. I just didn't have any air in it. No, it was at 0.
It stayed at 0.
And I'm like, that's weird. So then I start the car up, engine-driven compressor is pumping air, and I can audibly hear, because there's no back seat in the car right now,
right.
I can audibly hear that there's plenty of air going in the tank, but none of it is staying. So get in the trunk, and I had a drain hose, and on the end of the drain hose was a ball valve with a regular air hose. So if the car wouldn't start, I could plug a regular air line into it and build pressure in the tank to be able to operate the air suspension.
Right.
It had left the chat. When I opened it up, it was at the other corner of the trunk.
He said bye.
It was nowhere near where it came from. So it came out with some pressure. I don't exactly know when it happened, but obviously it was after I got parked and laid the car out.
Yeah.
That would have sucked if that had happened in the middle of that. But anyway, while driving it.
Yeah.
Because I drove that quite a ways.
To get off the trailer.
Yeah, because we had to park and then drive up. So yeah, goodness. it was probably a quarter, half mile.
Oh jeez.
So glad it made it to its parking spot.
Yeah.
But KJ, Strictly Minis, he lives right around the corner. He's like, hey man, I think I got a plug. I'm like, all right, cool. Plug her up, dog. So he ran to his house, got me a plug. No tape or nothing, so it's just threaded in there, and it's not even really tight.
Yeah.
But
at least helps.
Yeah. So get it back here, unload the car, and then I realized, like, oh well, Play Loud's next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not gonna have time to get it to an exhaust shop, so I don't know why I unloaded the car, because it was going back on a trailer to go to Play Loud.
Right. But like you said, if you didn't unload it, then y'all would have needed to unload it, and yeah.
So get the car back on the trailer Friday.
Yeah.
So get on the trailer Friday. We get the enclosed trailer ready to accept Psycho's Lincoln.
Yeah.
Because he has to take the the enclosed trailer, and I was towing my car with my truck, so we didn't have another truck.
Yeah.
So he had to put the Lincoln in the trailer.
Yes.
Which was fun.
Yeah, in the midst of all that, well, I should say at some point last week, there was a switch of
Yeah, Ashley
Equinox
went back
for
to
truck,
Florida to
but-
go trade the Equinox for my truck, so I had something to pull my
yeah.
car with.
Because it was just going to be easier, because we were talking about taking the bus, and I'm like, well,
We still don't have generators. So.
yeah, we still didn't have the generator at 100%. It was working, and we had gotten it working to a certain extent, but it was still
It'll
not.
only run for 20 minutes
Yeah.
before it overheats. So that obviously wasn't going to work for AC for the boys. So it stayed here, plugged in, everything good. So we went down there. We were the sponsor for the Limbo contest. Again, good turnout, awesome show. If you're not familiar with it, it's always the first Saturday of August. The entry is school supplies. We had Kent on, I think it was
The week
month before.
Yeah, the month before, somewhere around
But
there.
you know, all years welcome. I mean, there was four-wheelers, there was side-by-sides, there was lifted trucks.
There were Slam Caddies and Lincolns.
There was a Slam Lincoln, a Slam Caddy. And Limbo contest. We were kind of looking for people because there wasn't a whole lot of people that wanted to participate. So there was a bagged and body drop Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of once he said he was going to do it, a lot of people were like, oh, well, if he's going to do it, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And then there was a static S10 that did pretty good.
That did try very hard.
He did pretty good. They loaded the bed of the truck up. Unfortunately, it wasn't the ass end of the truck that was the problem. It was the front end. Because you got to be able to turn.
Yeah.
And then this young girl, 16, with her first, it's her first car.
Mm-hmm.
At her first car show with her car.
Yes.
She goes to car shows with her dad. Matter of fact, the car was bought for the dad, and she come out and helped him throw coilovers on it. And it's just a little static on coilover Civic. And she's like, I'll try it. And she come through, and the first time she went through, I said, you just hit that joker at like 80 because you're good. Ended up coming down to the two of them, the bagged and body drop Dakota and her, and he hit worse than she did.
Yes. That's what it boiled down to.
Neither one of them made it under the final little thing. So she won. So you go back and check out Facebook and Instagram. Her picture's on there with us with the board that Psycho painted for us to give away.
Yeah.
And we took the Limbo back over by the caddy, and I was like, hey, just curious. And I set it back up to where it was at, and the caddy was sitting under it. Granted, the caddy was sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
So with the current tires and wheel setup, it would not have drove at that height.
No.
Or it would have been plowing a lot.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Then it started torrential downpour.
Yes. And
Tents
canopy,
tents blowing away. We lowered the canopy that we were under, and all of us kind of had a hold of a leg for a little while, and then it kind of settled down, so we tilted it to where some of the rain would roll off of it and not have to push so much water off of it, and just kind of hung out. And then Kent did the awards, and Caddy brought home its first award, the Bondo board for best project.
Yes.
So I was really happy about that. Obviously the car's nowhere near done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a true project at this point.
Yeah.
But looking forward now, the wishbone came in that I needed for the rear end, so the rear end wouldn't move around, because right now the rear end moves around because the ball joint in the factory wishbone is all but gone. So you grab a hold of the pinion and move it up and down about 3 or 4 inches in both directions.
Yeah.
So I really wouldn't have been able to, even if I would have got full exhaust on it, I still wouldn't have been able to drive it
Yeah.
until we got that taken care of. So we got that. We're not going to any more shows with the Cadillac until the first weekend of October. So we have about 2 months to be able to get the wishbone in, get some body work done, get the exhaust done,
Yep.
and kind of go through the checklist of stuff that it needs to be able to run around and drive.
Yeah.
I want yes, it's going to get trailered to Florida for October shows. Partially because there's 2 back-to-back weekends, and we'll take the bus, and
Yeah.
there's no sense in taking 2 diesel vehicles down there when we can just take 1.
Yeah.
But maybe get a little bit of body work done on it. Maybe get a little bit of, or we'll have, get the exhaust dialed in, ready to go, so the tune is somewhat normal. Which the Holly will continue to learn the more I drive it. But that, and then also I need to look seriously again at the power steering, because the power steering lines that I did when I put the motor in apparently either came loose, there's a leak somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And with everything else going on in the engine bay, I've never really had a chance to actually look at it'd be cool if it was leaking at the box.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Because that's easy.
Because that's
easier
in
to
the
get
open.
to. Yeah.
If it's leaking if it's leaking at the physical power steering pump, then all the accessories have to come off the motor to fix that.
Let's not try and do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty good at taking them off now, because they were off 3 or 4 times while we were at the house. But we don't really want to do that. But if that's what it comes down to, I do know when I put that on, I didn't necessarily like how the fittings and everything worked there.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's really, really tight to the block, and the truck, and it's a truck motor, so truck accessories, except for the water pump is 2010 Camaro to get the outlet right. But it's really close to the block, so you have to bend the low pressure line to where it doesn't hit the block, and it's still really, really close.
Yeah. Because we put a 90-degree... Or did we do more than that?
It's got some funky in it to try to get it away from the frame, and because it sits right over top of the crossmember too.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I will look more into. There's an electric conversion. It's like remote mount power steering.
Okay.
But loading my car and then helping Psycho load his car, power steering helps a significant amount for trying to move at the last moment when you're not rolling.
Yeah.
Me yard driving the Cadillac, the steering's fine, but trying to make minute adjustments as you're going somewhere or not necessarily rolling at a good speed is no bueno.
Yeah.
Power steering works really, really good, though, till it leaks out. But I've donated a full reservoir of power steering fluid to it, and it immediately leaked out as soon as I tried to use it. So,
yeah,
we're not doing that again. So, I had mentioned the first week in October. That is the first Saturday is going to be the Cornerstone Cruise-In. It is at 777 East County Road 48, Bushnell, Florida 33513. So back home. It'll be from 10 to 2. Classic, hot rods, motorcycles, exotics, trucks, basically everything. Donations are accepted. There'll be a People's Choice, top hot rod, top classic, top truck, top bike. No alcohol. It's a church.
Yeah.
You know, they do have a really big grass parking lot. So they can fit as many people as we can shove in there. But again, it is a church. Be mindful of a church. Don't be a heathen.
Keep it classy.
You know, so looking forward to that show. And then the following weekend is Slamfest in Tampa.
Yep.
Don't know if we're going to take the Cadillac down there or if we're just going to be there.
Yeah. Either way, we'll be
probably there. If I have my car down there, probably. I mean, depending.
Yeah.
If it's only a few more bucks to enter the car on the outside, then I'll enter it.
Yeah.
But that's always a good show, good time. And then we will be back to Georgia to finish up any body work and stuff like that. And then the next big thing that we're going to go to would be, we'll have the Moultrie swap meet.
Yeah, we'll be close for that one.
Yeah, we'll be able to make that one this year. Won't have the car there, obviously. That'll just be us going and swap meeting.
This will be our first fall one because last time we went during the spring, but we've always had that conversation of, well, when you had a normal 9 to 5, was do we want to take a couple days off to go to Moultrie or use the days you already have off for Thanksgiving to go to Turkey?
Yep.
And now we get to go to both.
We'll be able to go to both. So we'll go to Moultrie. That'll be a just swap meeting. Obviously we'll have stickers and stuff like that. So if you see us, say hey. And then Turkey, we haven't decided whether we're going to just go down for the Bad Apple or if we're going to go down for, Saturday and Sunday, or we haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
May just make a day trip out of it, drive the caddy down, hang out Saturday, come back up late.
Yeah.
I know Jenny wants to drive her truck to the Bad Apple, so that might be something that happens.
And we've made a day trip. I mean, granted, we weren't coming from Georgia; we were coming from Bushnell. But
I wouldn't make a day trip if I was going to the swap meet.
Yeah,
but I may just make it a day trip to go to the Bad Apple show.
Yeah. Because even the Bad Apple, I mean, it ends late, but it doesn't end.
Really, it ends at like 6.
Why do I always feel like?
Because we went to dinner after.
Yeah, that's true. I always feel like it's later because it gets so dark quick.
Yeah.
Around that time, so I always think like now it's 8 o'clock and the sun's still up here.
Yeah. But so we'll keep you posted on whether that. But a lot of the people that we want to catch up with are going to be at the Bat. You know, they're at Turkey and they're also at the Bad Apple. That kind of seems to be a common show for our friends.
Yeah. The Rat Rod folk.
A rat rod or unfinished hot rods. Which I'm hoping the Cadillac is body worked and in single stage. I'm not gonna prime it. I talked to Psycho yesterday. Instead of doing a primer and then keeping the window short where we have to get paint on it, we're just gonna single stage it white, because obviously the car needs to be white. So we'll single stage white it, and then I'll be able to put some miles on it. I keep reiterating the putting miles on it because it's going to be very, very critical that car is lined out, everything that could, or as close to everything that could go wrong with it goes wrong close to home.
Yeah.
Because the plan still is for that car to make the 2,500 mile trip to the West Coast Customs Cruising Nationals next year.
And the bus has already started working on its travels, because we've already put some miles on it.
Yes.
So we're already looking good for the bus.
The bus itself is great.
Yeah.
But there's, like I said, before we left Florida, there was a couple of things that we had to address.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything that we didn't... Those were stuff that we knew about.
Yeah.
And the generator was nothing he knew about. I mean, the generator ran for 30-some hours straight. Yeah. Only shut off for me to let it cool off a little bit and check the oil.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything, previous. It was just, stuff breaks.
Yeah. Especially when it's a 91. I mean, and that's the original generator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But, so we have, we're still planning that road trip. It is a one-way road trip. Ashley's going to follow in the bus. We will probably stay the week and go to the Pismo show with the Bad Idea Customs guys, or Bad Idea Customs guys. I know a few people have mentioned that they're going to come up, and then they got buddies out in California. They want to go see them.
Yeah.
Psycho is probably, he wants to take a road trip in California, but I think it's just like a day trip, and then he's going to be headed back. For anyone that's like, hey, that's really awesome, I can't make the trip, I'd like to just do a day trip with y'all or whatever, get with me. I'll let you know where we're stopping. Because we have the bus, our nightly stops are going to be at campgrounds.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a camper. It could just be, hey, this is where we're going to go. Oh, y'all are going over here. We'll figure out a place to meet. We don't,
yeah.
We want to try to make it as much as a good time, as much as a friends gathering. We're gonna cook out. If you have been listening long enough that you remember the road trip that I took with Brian from Hometown Hot Rodder and Ken with Bad Idea, hear what we were talking about. Me and Brian grilled up tuna steaks every night and at the campgrounds, and that's what we're kind of hoping to do here is whoever's hanging out, hey, I got the tuna steaks, you get the sides, we'll throw them on the grill, we'll grill them up, we'll have a good time, record a podcast or hang out, or
we got a little grill already,
fix stuff or whatever needs to be done. I want it to be everyone that starts the trip that is trying to make it to the end. I want everyone to make it under their own power. There's going to be an array of people with knowledge. And also, the more people go, the more knowledge is there. And the more, hey, I need to run up to Advance, or hey, I need to run up to Napa or O'Reilly's, and the reason I said all those brands is because any of those could sponsor, and we will be your exclusive for that week. But your choice, auto parts store, whoever has it, we go get it. We want to. This trip is going to be, for us, is going to be the longest. Because I am starting in Georgia. No matter where we are, I'm starting in Georgia.
Yeah.
Ashley may meet us
further down the road
if that's where we're at by that time or whatever. But me and Psycho are starting in Adel, Georgia.
Yep.
I believe the plan is still for Jenny to fly into Bakersfield, the airport. So if y'all if you got a buddy that's going and you're like, hey, I can't go the whole week, but I'll just fly into Bakersfield and hang out with him for the weekend, and then he can put you back on an airplane and fly you home or whatever, that's fine. It's more a community road trip. There's no rules for us. The show we are going to is a pre-65 custom show this year. But it doesn't mean that you can't bring your badass 70s car and come drive with us.
Yeah.
It is an awesome show, whether you have something there or not. I didn't have anything, still an awesome show.
Yeah.
The cruise in, the indoor stuff, the show itself, the people, the car community, everything was great. All right, before we get out of here, I got one more little thing that I want to touch on, and I just want everybody to remember the reason that we do cars, the reason that we got into it, the friendships we've made, the times that we go to these shows, the local shows that we support that do a lot of awesome stuff in our community. Remember why we're there. Yes, those trophies are nice, but at the end of the day, let's boil it back down to support those who support us. These people go out of their way to put on an awesome show. Let's be there and be receptive and excited to be there and enjoy it. Enjoy other people enjoying our company and our cars. With that being said, make sure you go show Psycho Fab some love on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you go check out Throttle Ad, use code word Hot Rod, save 15% off, and also Sinister Stitch on Facebook. Until next time, guys, get out and drive your shit. Later.
See ya.